Fill your cup with whatever you're drinking and join me on this next video. All right, find me out here in the shop again, and I'm going to do something a little different today. Instead of restoring the tool, we're going to make something. So come on down here on the bench and take a look at what we want to do. All right, I want to rebuild this pocket organizer. It served me well, but when I put it together, I was on a trip and I was just bored and I needed something to do, and the stitching didn't come out very straight, and so I've wanted to redo this for a while. And I like having a pocket organizer because I don't like all this stuff just laying around in your pocket. It just is always a jumbled mess, and so you always want something there to be able to keep it all organized. So let's go ahead and make a new one. This here is, you can buy these bundles of leather at Hobby Lobby, or you can also get them at Joann Fabrics. You can find these bundle of leather. You can see here it was only $9 for this bundle. I will warn you though, the best piece of leather is on the outside. Everything else on the inside, you might find one or two pieces that are decent, but a lot of it is this scrap, this edging scrap that you find that somebody else has used the rest of it, and so a lot of it is not usable. But for $8, it's not too bad. So we pulled a piece of leather out, and I think we're going to take this piece right here and try to make this item so that we can keep this stuff all organized. So join me on this as we knock this out. All right, for those of you who are interested, no fancy expensive machines. You really don't even need this stitching horse if you don't want to use it. The main thing is keeping everything lined up. And basically what you do is you go through one way and back through the other, and you take these needles, and you have a needle on each end of your thread. So I go through and pull this one all the way through, and then this needle in my right hand will go right back through that same hole, and you just keep going back and forth. And you can have, there's some other stitching tools out there, and there is a little handheld thing. The only thing is that doesn't do it the same way. It kind of goes through and back and through this way. This one here goes all the way through. So you go through here and then you back through this direction. And it keeps them tied up so that it's actually going back and forth through this whole thing. I went all the way down and up here, and then I'm going all the way back, and I will finish up here at the top. And when I get here to the top to finish up, I'll actually go back down about 3 or 4 stitches so that connects really good. If you really want to make sure that this stays on the back side, which this is the back side, you can touch it with a little bit of super glue, and that keeps anything from unraveling, but it should be tight enough that it shouldn't unravel. Plus you can bring it through here on that 4th stitch and tie it in a couple of knots so it'll stay. But that's basically the process. All right, we got this first part done. You can see how it fits nice and snug, and as we use it, that will take its shape and work very well. So we just need to stitch the rest of this and make the other parts for everything else. So let's get that done. So here's what I've come up with. Made a new organizer for myself. Here's the old one. If you'll notice on this one here, I did not include a pocket knife. I've always wondered why to include a pocket knife, and in my old one I did, and it's there, but I never used it. Why? Because I always had a pocket knife with me. I always had something else that I was using. And the neat thing about it is that a lot of times I want to change it out. And so sometimes I want to carry something that might be just a little bit different. So I never did use the pocket knife that was in my organizer. So here are the different pocket knives that I like to carry and switch out to. And so I don't know, I just decided not to put it in my organizer. So the organizer does have the lighter. It still has the pen. It has a flashlight that works very nicely and has 4 different modes, if I can get it to work right. Now I could not find this flashlight. It's as though this is a through night flashlight, and I think they have changed out the models. And it looks like they're going to a lot of rechargeable flashlights. And so I couldn't find this model right here. I don't really care for rechargeables, because rechargeables, when they do go out, you have to wait for them to recharge. So I like to be able to throw a battery into it and just be able to walk over, throw a battery in, and I've got it to go again. So I'm not a big fan of rechargeables for what I carry and use all the time. And then this one here this is a little tight, and I think it'll wear in over time. But this is something that a friend of mine put me onto, and it's a lockpick tool. And you can carry it there in your pocket. It folds open with different picks that you can use, and it's got the little bar there that you can put everything together. So if you're interested in any of these things, you can go to the description and you can look them up. I've got each one of these knives listed in there. I have a couple of the flashlights. One of them is the closest thing I could find to what I have, and the other is one of the rechargeables. So now that we have this pocket organizer set, I'm going to go ahead and put it here in my pocket, and you see how it sets up there nicely. There's a little bit of an imprint. You can take and put the knife in there as well, and you can see how it all sits. The knife sits back here, and the pocket organizer up here with the other things, and there's very little imprint, and it keeps everything from getting all jumbled up. So thanks so much for joining me on this video. I hope you found it entertaining. If you did, give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and if you know somebody else that might be interested in this content, send them share the link with them, and I sure would appreciate it. It's great to have you here. Good look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day and God bless.